traditional VPN is usually hardware-based. So you have the point where are your employees connecting somewhere in the office. But today you have multiple offices, multiple branches. Some of the business systems are hosted in another part of the world. People are working from different locations. So having VPN server and concentrator based somewhere in the world could possibly cause the traffic and bandwidth issues. So we are connecting this way to the other part of the world. That doesn't make sense. So basically, we moved the VPN server, put it to the cloud, having global infrastructure of VPN servers and VPN location when the company can deploy their dedicated own VPN cloud servers. We call it gateways. And having it in cloud, it provides much better performance. You don't need to take care of updates and hardware exchanges in case some hardware comes outdated. Everything is in cloud, so you have 100%, almost 100% availability of the service. So those are the main benefits of having it in the cloud. Everything is moving to the cloud, even the network security.
Welcome to Super Entrepreneurs Podcast. I'm your host, Shahid Durrani. Today we have with us Michal Chizek. Michal is a co-founder and CEO at Good Access. He started his first successful business when he was 18 years old. Since then, he has run a number of business projects in the VPN industry. Welcome to our show, Michal.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me.
No, our pleasure. Yes, Michal is great. So 18 years old, huh? So anybody in the audience listening to this, if you're around that age and you have this itch that you want to do something, you see there's others that are doing it, right? And you can do it as well, no problem. It's easy peasy. Whatever you make of it, that's what you will get. If you find it troublesome or difficult, it will be that way. But if you find it to be easy and easy to take that first step, it will be easy. Anyway, Michal, back to our conversation. So how are you today?
Yeah, very good. You started with very funny story. Yeah, definitely. It's going to be easy to start. And then every trouble on the way will help you to grow. So
yeah, it's all a journey, right? It's just the point is to fall in love with the journey.
Exactly. Step on a journey, follow your heart. I think the things will just happen and you'll be part of it.
Yes, so true. So when you started at age 18, was that in VPN as well, or?
Not yet. It was a telecommunication company. We were providing wireless internet access to the people living around our villages.
Oh, very good. Okay, so around the same realm, but now you're more towards the security side of things.
Yeah, long journey.
Long journey. So is there a specific story behind going and creating this startup?
Yeah, basically I started like this, studying telecommunication, networking, security on a college. And then I jumped really early, even before finishing my college. I jumped into the business, and it was kind of a funny story. I didn't know anything. It was just stepping into it. And we were providing internet access in our country in it was 2004, I believe. Yeah, there was not much broadband internet here. We bring one of the early birds of high-speed internet access through the wireless technologies. That's what I did. After 4 years, I stepped out of this business and started thinking the way to the Thailand and Asia just to have some sabbatical, and ideas start coming to my mind. And the biggest idea, it was somewhere in a highway, was like, why don't do this virtually? Why couldn't we do it through the VPN to provide internet access to other countries, to unblock some restrictions, to provide static IP address and secure access for business systems. So I started thinking how this technology could be used for solving some issues, and also on a consumer side and also on the business side. So we started with consumers, 2009. The service was called Unblock VPN. The story ended up this year, so it was about more than 10 years when it was working, and we were serving tens of thousands of customers and consumers. But in 2018, me and my brother, co-founder, and his friends from college, like 3 people, we started focusing more and more to the business side and business needs, and we did well with the technology, which we were very well, really a lot of knowledge we grabbed from the past. So the VPN technology was something we did really well, and we were able to make it super easy to use, optimized. At the end, 2019, we decided to establish good access, which is our primary focus at the moment.
Can you share if VPN can cause viruses?
It's a difficult question.
That's a question that comes up from the public. They search on Google. So I wanted to ask you, an expert, to see if we can answer it and to provide the audience if anybody's wondering.
Okay. If you use VPN from untrusted vendor, like a consumer, usually you don't pay for it, then they could possibly cheat you. So the general advice is to always decide to find trustful provider.
Okay.
If you are a consumer, you have a lot of reviews. Some of them are fake, some of them are real. So look at the headquarters of the company, look who is behind, because this is like your ISP. They can see what you are doing on the internet. Even if they promise you'll be anonymous, they will help you to hide your identity. They can see what you are doing. So you need to find someone trustful. General advice.
That's great. You always want to do research before you take that step. Could any viruses penetrate through the VPN to attack you? I guess if the person who's creating that virus, if they're really high tech and it creates some kind of wormhole to get in. But what are your thoughts on that? Is this still possible that it can get through?
Yeah, there are always ways, but you generally use VPN as a consumer. You use it to protect yourself surfing internet on a public Wi-Fi's, anywhere where you are going during your life. So that's the way you protect yourself. So nobody can see what you are doing. You are much more protected. But I would never say use just VPN and avoid using antivirus software. You need to do the network protection and the endpoint protection, like device security. This combination will help you. On the business side, you need to protect not only your employees, their devices, but also your business environment, your business resources, like business systems, which are spread in a SaaS environment, on-premise, and cloud environments. So that's another challenge which can be solved by the business cloud VPN services. And the evolution was like from business VPN to cloud VPN to zero trust network access, which is called ZTNA. That's the last trend of this technology for businesses.
Okay. If a business implements cloud VPN, what kind of benefits can they find if they have a remote workforce? What kind of advantages could they expect over traditional VPN solutions?
Yeah,
if you're going for cloud.
We are studying really deeply, and we have it confirmed from thousands of B2B customers around the world. You basically need to have and feel the control, because having remote access employees is challenging new approach. It will be definitely the trend of future years, but lack of control, especially if you are giving VPN access to everyone in your company, they can leave someone. Sometimes you don't have a good relationship with that person, so they still have an access to your entire infrastructure. So this is the big challenge of most customers we have, like having a control about remote access. And of course, managing remote accesses like VPN could be challenging for IT administrators and team, especially if you have tens or hundreds of employees or even thousands. It's super difficult to manage the VPN access for each employee. So we are helping companies to make it fully automized, having under control, and have single web application where you can manage everything. In case you have many employees, you need to do it fully automatically. And our goal was to prepare the solution which would definitely help these companies to manage it with no IT knowledge, IT experts. So you basically can have hundreds of employees on remote access without necessity to have strong and big team of IT administrators and network security guys in your company.
Is there any specific advantages for having cloud-based VPN over traditional VPN?
Yeah, definitely yes. Traditional VPN is usually hardware-based. So you have the point where are your employees connecting somewhere in the office. But today you have multiple offices, multiple branches. Some of the business systems are hosted in another part of the world. People are working from different locations. So having VPN server and concentrator based somewhere in some place in the world could possibly cause the traffic and bandwidth issues. So we are connecting this way to the other part of the world. That doesn't make sense. So basically, we moved the VPN server, put it to the cloud, having global infrastructure of VPN servers and VPN location when the company can deploy their dedicated own VPN cloud servers. We call it gateways. And having it in cloud, it provides much better performance. You don't need to take care of updates and hardware exchanges in case some hardware comes outdated. Everything is in cloud, so you have 100%, almost 100% availability of the service. So those are the main benefits of having it in the cloud. Everything is moving to the cloud, even the network security.
That's the future then.
Yeah, exactly.
What level of security would a cloud VPN provide a business owner or a company, for example, over its data, any communication like emails? How confident can someone or a company be with that sensitive information once they set up cloud VPN?
About the security of cloud VPN, I would say there is a new trend which comes to the governments, all bigger enterprise organizations, and also to the smaller and mid-sized businesses around the world, and it's called zero trust. You maybe heard about it. It's a zero trust architecture, which means basically never trust anyone who's coming in, always verify the identity, and always allow the access only to the resources which the employee needs to have access to, never open entire network to anyone entering. Basically,
that's an additional software.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like to use a nice analogy with the real physical world because this is completely virtual. When you're talking about cloud and VPN stuff, everything is virtual.
True.
But in a physical world, we know that the building, like office building, old-fashioned company usually stays in one building. When you enter the building, you enter the perimeter of the company, which is defined by 4 strong walls. And there is a security desk where is a security guy showing your ID card. And they usually give you, once they verify your ID, they give you access card, allowing you to enter on the specific doors in the building. Then you have maybe security gates ensuring you are not wearing the gun inside the building. You have security guards and cameras. Everything is controlled, and you as a business owner can feel safe that inside of your perimeter, it's a safe environment for your employees, for your business systems, data, whatever you have, whatever assets you have inside. Basically, the same situation comes to today's multi-cloud hybrid environment when a company has the resources spread around the public internet, clouds, SaaS services, and the people are connecting from anywhere. So basically, you need to achieve the same level of control and enforcement of security policies like in a physical world in this new environment. And we are helping companies to do it really with a piece of cake, no issue with a difficult administration, no need to hire a big team of security guys, purely SaaS service. So this is zero trust. If you look at the common legacy business VPN, these security measures are not possible usually. So we use ID verification, multi-factor authentication on a network level. We use access control. So the access cards can be used also for accessing your business systems. So you never allow anyone who enters your network perimeter to access everything. Always you have a control who can access what is inside. So you let your employee inside and then have a control where they can go, and the rest is simply invisible to them. The other side, the perimeter is defined by network, which is hidden and isolated from the public internet. So your business systems this way are simply invisible to attackers. There is no way to attack these business systems because they are inside of secure isolated perimeter. That's the approach we've taken.
So for businesses that, operate in different locations, different countries, for example, how does Cloud VPN address maintaining compliance with the regulations such as HIPAA, GDPR? Is there any such guidance or support that Cloud VPN will provide for that?
Yeah, exactly. If any business is looking for becoming compliant, like HIPAA, GDPR in Europe, there are much more regulations which are coming, like NIS2 in Europe, and in USA, it started with the government regulations. They're requiring the government agencies to have zero trust implemented by the end of 24. So these things are really current topics today's days.
Okay.
And zero trust Cloud VPN with these features, which I mentioned before, is an essential part of it. Basically, these regulations requires companies to have under control the accesses. So they are looking for identity and access management, and you can decide to have it on application level or go even more secure, cover your requirement of remote access and use technology called ZTNA, Zero Trust Network Access, which is evolution of business VPN, basically Cloud VPN, like I was talking before. And then you got your identity on network level, and you have also the access control and access management on network level inside the perimeter. So this way, companies around the world can meet the regulations requirements of these compliances very easily. And we are simply part of this environment. Of course, you usually need to have some identity provider or go with good access. We provide ID, and you need to have endpoint security, which is common antivirus, password management, backup, and you have bundle of security products which help you to become compliant on technical side. Of course, we are trying to cover as much features into one product. So trying to help companies, no needs to buy several products from many companies, from many vendors. We are trying to prepare the product which covers almost all of the requirements. So the checklist would be really easy.
That's great, Michal. So in terms of cost for an entrepreneur, for a business owner, how would Cloud VPN compare to any other remote access solutions? Are there any hidden costs or any surprises in comparison?
Yeah. I think the common question of our potential customer would be if I can decide to have it as a SaaS or build it by my own, build it on open source. So they are open source VPN solutions. I can use also my current network hardware and do this with my own team by ourselves. And the benefits of having it in a SaaS, because there usually you pay the fee per employee. So there is just simple pricing business model based on number of employees. So let's say you have hundreds of employees and you pay a fee between $7 and $14, depending of annual, monthly subscription and the plan per employee. And then you need to pay more for each gateway you have. The common setup is the company can start with one gateway, but if you have people working from many locations around the world, you probably need more gateways. And this way you can have it covered for entire global access and for entire company. So you basically pay per employee and per gateway. This is the common SaaS setup. On the other side, if you do it by yourself, you need to pay for hardware. You need to have someone who is maintaining and monitoring, updating. You need to have someone who is installing and maintaining all the remote accesses. And these, I named just few of these measures, but it takes a lot of time, a lot of costs, and usually companies make a lot of mistakes in that, which create security issues and holes where the attacker can go through. So benefits of having in SaaS is like you believe the one provider which provide all these things as a service to you.
Excellent, Michal. Thank you so much for sharing that. Would you mind sharing how anyone could get in touch with you?
Yeah, with me, I'm available on LinkedIn. So you can search my name if you like. Search my name, Michal Cizek. And if you search Good Access, you'll find the website, goodaccess.com. And there you can have a free trial, which is completely free with
Very
full
good.
features for 14 days. So we love our product. We build something with heart, and it's always good to have a touch on it.
Great.
If you can try and maybe have a session with our solution architects, which can help with your case.
Thank you, Michal. Appreciate you sharing what you have created here. And the key word that you said, you made it with heart. And I love that, because products and services and companies that are built from heart, they do make a bigger difference. So appreciate you, and looking forward to continuously seeing you grow as a company, as a person. And if anything that we could help with, please let us know. We'll see what we can do.
Thank you, Shahid, for having me. Pleasure. And we will definitely continue putting a lot of hearts into the product. That's our passion.
Awesome. Love it. Thank you so much, audience. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode. If you're looking at your business, you want to protect it further, especially as the bad guys are getting a lot more clever and a lot more skilled at penetrating companies. So you want to have the protection in all angles as possible. You want to work with a company that does it with heart. So appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for helping us grow. And we'll see you at our next episode. Thank you so much, and to your success. And Michal, thank you.
Thank you to everyone. Thank you, Shahid.